So you want to know how the Black Keys was? Fucking fantastic, man. Oh man, it was so good. Holy shit. Oh, the Keys are definitely one of the best bands I have ever seen live. They are incredibly tight, incredibly energetic, and they have fun. Like you can tell they love what they do. They fucking love what they do. I went with my buddy Ben. You guys all know Ben. We drove hour and a half down to hour and a half to 2 hours, somewhere in there, from Columbia to the pageant. Got great spots. We were down in the pit, about 2 rows back from the stage, pretty much the same exact distance Chris and I were when we went to see Cake in KC. We were less than 8 feet away from Dan and Pat, and so we were right up front. Got a great up front view, fantastic position, and it was great. Opening band was Brian Olive. It wasn't. They didn't. The guy did not. The frontman, his name was Brian Olive, and he said, "Hey, I'm Brian Olive, and this is my band." But it never was specified whether it was the Brian Olive band or what exactly was going on in that group. Musically, I wasn't too impressed. They were like a watered down mix of the Decemberists and the Keys, kind of this hard rock with a little bit of a folk tinge to it, some neo psychedelia slipped in there, and then watered down. I didn't like it, but Ben, of course, really liked it, and maybe he might be willing to put up a video response on his Bad Ideas broadcast channel and talk about the reasons why he liked the opening band and what his impressions of the Keys concert were. But that's up to him. But I didn't particularly enjoy the opening band. They weren't bad. It wasn't that they weren't talented. It wasn't that they weren't great musicians. It was just that the music that they made wasn't exactly for me. But I do have to say one thing. Brian Olive had the greatest, most awesome pants I have ever seen in my entire life. They were like these total 60s, these 60s counterculture pants. They were like bell bottoms, and then they were red and white striped, right? And then he wore the boots with the really pointed toe that kind of curve up. He wanted to be a Beatle. You could totally tell he wanted to be from the '60s, and he wanted to be a Beatle. I mean, he even had the Beatle haircut. It was ridiculous. They were pretty good as far as stage presence goes, but I wasn't really all that impressed with them. And then the Keys came on, and it was so cool. Like the Keys had a Rubber Factory theme to the set. They had amps that were actually set up on tires. The podium that Dan's drum kit was on, and had a kind of like a banner around the bottom that had tire tread print on it. I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah, it was really sweet. And they came on, and Ben and I had been making bets on what song they were gonna play first, and both of us was wrong. We're wrong. Both of us was wrong. Both of us were wrong. They opened up with Thick Freakness right off the bat, just and just so much energy and emotion and just so much fun, dude. It was so good. They blasted through. I mean, the first half hour, 45 minutes was just hard hitting, those really dirty, gritty blues rock songs. What else did they play? They played Thick Freakness. I Got Mine was at the latter half of the show. Have Love. No, they didn't play Have Love Will Travel. Damn, what is the other song? I can't remember. I'll try to remember the songs and write a set list that they did down in the description box. The second half of the show was a little bit more of a lull. They started playing more stuff off of Brothers. They started playing more of their kind of calmer, more laid back stuff. And that was cool. I appreciated hearing a lot of those songs, and of course they busted out Tighten Up, obviously. They played. I think they didn't play every song off of Brothers, but they did play a lot. And then they ended the show with more blues rock stuff. Your Touch, I Got Mine. Stuff like that, you know. Great show. Fantastic show. Well worth the $37 that I spent on the ticket. Fuck you, Ticketmaster. Fuck you forever. But, you know, it was worth it. The Keys were definitely worth it, and I'm glad I went to see them. So if you ever have a chance to see the Keys, I give them a solid 8 out of 10 for live performance, by far. I mean, they're phenomenal live band. So that's really all I gotta say about it. As I said, I'll try to put a set list down in the description. And Dan Auerbach, sorry, whatever. I want your guitars. I really want your guitars. Like, deathly want your guitars. Like, I'm willing to do anything to have your guitars. That's all. SirAllAboutMusic. Leave a comment in the comment section. Show some love for the Black Keys, because they're awesome. And Brothers isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm going to try to do a review of it next week. And I'll get that up and get that to you guys. So, SirAllAboutMusic. I'll see you guys later.